What's up, y'all? Just got back from Europe. I spent some time in Italy and Turkey. In Italy, and I didn't know this was going to happen, pro-Palestine protests, I guess, were scheduled in every major city nationwide. I was in the city of Florence, and the protests there absolutely engulfed the entirety of the downtown streets. During the protests, though, I noticed something. That I did not expect to see. I'm going to play a few clips from the protest that I recorded myself, and let me know if you notice the same thing I do. At the end of this video, I'll talk about what shocked me, and I'll also go over some of the reasons why people across Italy were protesting. All right, here's a few of the highlights.
Scendiamo in piazza per ribadire la follia della situazione che ha avuto il suo apice in questi 2 anni, ovvero il genocidio del popolo palestinese e la follia che finalmente le società del mondo intero riconoscono nell'occupazione colonialista israeliana che avviene da 80 anni.
So these protests happened nationwide, all across Italy. But not only was there protests happening, there was also a national strike on public transportation. Buses, trams, trains, metro, which is the subway. There's a general strike from the labor force, which meant that many of the workers refused to show up to work in solidarity of the pro-Palestine movement. This general strike was actually organized by labor unions. But this strike was not just a regular pro-Palestine protest. It was specifically about the Israeli interception of the global flotillas. A couple of the locals told me that a major reason for the protest was also there were Italian citizens who had been detained and kidnapped by Israel. If you've been following the situation at all, to briefly summarize, Israel has been preventing or blockading humanitarian aid from getting into Gaza, and there was a global alliance that sent dozens of ships carrying activists and nationals from foreign nations who were bringing in humanitarian aid, and we're going to give it to Gaza, and we're going to bring it to Gaza. But I guess there were Italian activists and members of parliament who were detained. So that was a big deal for them. I don't know if you saw this in the videos, but here's kind of what shocked me. The main thing that shocked me was that nearly everyone joined in off the street. As the march walked down the street, bystanders and tourists alike joined the group. There were young people, middle-aged, older people. It didn't matter. Everyone stopped to listen when the speaker spoke, and many people joined in on the march, even tourists with young children. But I think you can gather that from the videos, is that everyone stopped to listen. Florence, the city, is very, like the part that we were at, it was in like the tourist center, right? It's where all the museums are, it's where all the monuments are. So it's not just locals that were there. I mean, obviously, I was there too. I don't know why it shocked me. I mean, people are broadly across the world are waking up to the reality that there is a literal genocide being broadcasted in 4K for all of us to see. Here's some numbers, and these numbers are actually pretty old. These are just the confirmed numbers. There are many groups that have estimated that this number is much, much higher, but this is just like the conservative estimate here. 67,000 Palestinians have been killed. Thousands more are still under the rubble. Gaza is almost entirely under war-torn rubble. At least 20,000 children have been killed. That means one child is being killed every hour for the last 2 years. And these numbers are based off of people brought to hospitals or deaths that were officially recorded. Many people are missing. Many people are indistinguishable because they were blown to pieces. Another confirmed number, 169,000 Palestinians have been injured over the past 2 years. UNICEF has estimated that 3,000 to 4,000 children in Gaza have lost one or more limbs. 125 hospitals and health clinics were targeted by Israel and are damaged or unusable because they've been blown up. 1,722 health and aid workers have been killed. Not Hamas, not terrorists, people trying to help the Palestinians who have been genocided. Here are some numbers from the United Nations in a report that they released back in July. It's from the United Nations Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights, the OHCHR. The deaths of women and children comprise nearly 60% of the total fatalities from the resumption on Israeli military operations. In May of 2025, this year, just a few months ago, Israeli intelligence listed 8,900 militants from Hamas and Palestinian Jihad in Gaza as either dead or probably dead. So Israel is saying that 8,900 Hamas members have been killed, which was the entire point of this war, this genocide, is to get back at Hamas for what they did on October 7, which was horrible. The things they did were horrible. No one's saying it isn't. But the UN report makes a great distinction here. It says, considering at that point, 53,000 Palestinians had been killed by Israeli attacks, that means that 83% of people killed were civilians. Not Hamas, not the jihadists they were trying to get. They were innocent men, women, and children. When 83% of the people that you're trying to get are innocent civilians, and you supposedly have the most advanced military technology in the world, with the monetary support, the weaponry support, and obviously intelligence support from the world's biggest superpower currently, the United States, you have all the resources in the world, yet your success rate is 17%. 17% of the people that you kill are who you tell us you're trying to get at. That sounds very intentional. And those are just the confirmed deaths. There are groups that say upwards of 200,000 Palestinians have been killed. There are other groups that estimate 150,000, millions more whose entire communities have been destroyed or under rubble, who have been displaced. This is a genocide, and it meets every definition, colloquially, legally. It's just a fact. Here's a couple other very important highlights from that UN report. In their analysis and conclusion on point 46, it says the commission has found that the Israeli security forces intended to target and attack Palestinian civilians, including children, women, persons with disabilities, and older persons. Point 47, the commission has found that Israeli security forces have deliberately targeted and killed Palestinian medical personnel and aid workers in Gaza. The rest of the UN report lays out its case for calling this a genocide. People all around the world are done with this. They're fed up. I wasn't expecting on my trip abroad to be marching in the streets for this. If you think things are chaotic and hectic now, just wait a few months, man. It's going to get insane. Seemingly the entire world is turning on Israel. The voters here in America are also fed up, but the politicians are beholden to AIPAC and to the Israel lobby and to the Israeli government. So it's going to get interesting here, if it's not already to you.